Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of DCA Wildcats. This is episode 205 and it is the final one before redemption. I am D-Wall here with you on commentary. Thank you for joining me once again. And we have an amazing show for you tonight, including Destiny Williams, Ovanna Morgan, face to face in the middle of the ring before their big match for the Wildcats title at Redemption. Also, a Champions versus Challengers main event tonight, as the Looking Glass in Amy Lynn and Selena Zeda will team with Betsy Chairshot. Of course, Amy Lynn and Betsy Chairshot are the current tag team champions, and they will be taking on the Arcadia Bay Asskickers, Chloe Pryce and Max Caulfield, as well as their partner, the number one contender for the Fever title in Christie Monteiro. That is our main event match tonight. Tag teams all around here on this episode, including also we have a fatal four-way, Rising Star Division match coming up for you later on. 4 women who I'm sure will love to get in contention for that title after Redemption is over. But right now we are getting into our first matchup of the evening, a 8-woman tag match that we announced on Takedown and on social media. It's going to be the Punchgirls, Leandra on the left and Eliza on the right. Those two will be in tag team action, 8-woman tag, teaming with the Hated Gates to take on the entire Bombshell Club. That's Mercedes Sanchez, Brittany Evans, Laura Riot, and Maxine Rose. Now, this whole situation started when the Bombshell Club, who were then the tag team champions, lost the titles to the Hated Gates because of the Punch Girls. Now, we don't know if the Hated Gates and the Punch Girls are technically friends. I mean, if you ask Rhiann Starr, they're not friends. She doesn't want to team with them. She doesn't understand why they're teaming together, but she'll go with it. But nonetheless, that's where this whole situation started. And then Maxine Rose, who has been an ally for the Bombshell Club for a very long time, decided to give them some advice and kind of try to lead them in the right direction once again, lead them back toward the tag team titles, as well as lead herself toward a potential championship here in DCA. So now all these women are going to fight it out here in the middle of the ring, and it's going to be chaos, that's for sure. especially when you can tell the bad blood between all these women. It's going to be interesting to see if they can coexist. Now the Hated Gates in straight up 2-on-2 tag team matches have not lost all of this year. So even if they lose here, they're still undefeated in tag team competition in standard 2-on-2. They are probably the most dominant tag team right now in DCA outside of the Looking Glass, outside of the Succubus Club, to be more specific. But there are a lot of teams here in DCA. There's a lot of women looking to become the tag team champions. The division has been more competitive than it's been in a very long time, and that's saying a lot considering the past history of all the teams we've ever had here in DCA. You can count a who's who of tag teams. But here comes their opponents. First off, a woman who has really made a name for herself here in DCA since coming in, and that is Maxine Rose, a woman who has befriended the Bombshell Club, has been friends with the Bombshell Club for a long time now. Someone who Mercedes personally, got to know as a friend. Maxine thinks a lot about Mercedes, as well as others here in DCA that helped her in some pretty rough times and a lot of personal times that has been well documented on Max's social media. But now Maxine is here. This is her second match in DCA, and she's looking to get a big win for her team. Can you imagine Maxine? This is going to be her first tag match with the Bombshell Club as a member of the Bombshell Club. You might as well call her a member of the Bombshell Club. She just doesn't have the shirt yet. I'm sure she's got some in her house, but you know what I mean. Can you imagine if she ends up winning this match here tonight? That's going to be huge for her, especially considering that at some point she's already made it perfectly clear she wants all of them to hold gold in DCA, and she wants to be the one to make sure that happens. And speaking of her girls, they're about to come out right now. The former Wildcats Tag Team Champions won those belts back at Revelations, accomplishing something that, let's be honest, a lot of people thought they were never going to get those belts. A lot of people thought that they were just going to break up and that was the end of that. But thanks to Maxine kind of talking them into staying together through the last season, they ended up winning the tag team titles. The only problem was they ran into the Punchgirls, who cost them the titles, and now they're trying to get them back. One of the constants here on Wildcats, the Bombshell Club, been around since the third season. And they have been, like I said, one of the constants here in DCA. At first, they weren't really respected. They weren't really well liked. But as time went on, these three women and the way they, live their life, they gained the respect of these people. And so much so that they ended up becoming the tag team champions back at Revelations 8. But now they have to brush themselves off and get right back in line for another title opportunity. And I'm sure they know that. And it continues here in this match as Eliza and Maxine is starting it off. And I don't like Maxine. I don't like Eliza's chances with a powerhouse like Maxine Rose, that's for sure. As you see, Azula and Kendall are not out here with the Punch Girls and the Hated Gates, as Lucinda decided to keep all the managers in the back as Maxine with a big splash. She wanted to keep all the managers in the back while this match goes on, and I think that's a smart move considering all the women that we got in this ring. It's going to get chaotic in a hurry, and you don't want things to get out of hand, especially with the egos that the Hated Gates and the Punch Girls have. You put their managers in the same vicinity as them, you're asking for trouble, that's for sure. As now Eliza's got a cravat locked in on Maxine. Maxine's in trouble, but Laura breaking that up and Maxine adding a few punches in for good measure. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are new here, first off, welcome, and I hope you are enjoying this DCA action so far. But for those of you who are new, first of all, if you enjoy this, please give this video a like and share it with your friends. Share the channel with your friends. Word of mouth goes a long way. But also, there are no countouts here in this match. There are no countouts in any tag team format here in DCA. Whether it's 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, it doesn't matter. There are no countouts, but disqualifications are still in place. So if one of these women decide to stay in the ring longer than they should illegally, they will get a 5 count, and that will be a disqualification. So they have to be very careful here on how they go about their business, as Maxine is just dominating Eliza right now. And you can't really be surprised at that, considering Maxine clearly has the size advantage, has the strength advantage, is now the leader of the Bombshell Club. Mercedes Sanchez is in. Mercedes Sanchez, former Wildcats Unleashed champion, back when that, if you guys remember that, back when in season 3. Mercedes ruled over that division, and a lot of people, when Wildcats Unleashed folded, thought that she was going to go back to the singles championships. And to be honest with you, she still could if she really wanted to. I'm sure there are days where she thinks about it, where she thinks about winning a singles title, but it's been a long time since she's held a singles championship. Since that time in Wildcats Unleashed is now Lexi Gates with a Northern Lights suplex, only getting a 2 count. So you have to think, when will that time be for Mercedes Sanchez if she chooses to do such a thing, if she chooses to be a singles champion again. Oh, kick to the kick to the leg rather. As now, look at this deadlift German suplex by Lexi. Lexi Gates has had an incredible 2023 in her own right, winning a championship in another organization. The name escapes me right now. If I can get it to you, I will tell you, so I can give them the proper credit. However, nonetheless, Lexi Gates still is a women's champion, as well as Rianne. The Hated Gates are probably one of the most decorated Wildcats tag teams we have seen and we have ever had here, because not only have they been former 2-time tag team champions here on Wildcats, but they are also in their own right both former and a current women's champion. So that's a lot of credibility for the tag team division, and that is why I believe they are so sought after and so targeted as Brittany Evans is in the ring now. As the great Eddie Mack used to call her, little 64 inches of dynamite. She may be the shortest member of the Bombshell Club and one of the shortest women on the roster, but she packs a hell of a punch. And anyone who's been in the ring with her will tell you that. Tag into Laura Riot, former CCL referee. And now look at this big shot to the midsection and a kick to the head by Lexi. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Lexi Gates, very, very dangerous when it comes to that squared circle. And now tag into Rianne. Rianne Starr, former women's champion as well. And it's just amazing to see how far the Bombshell Club has come since season 3, and as well as the Hated Gates. I believe they both started in the same season, because Lexi Gates was also in Wildcats Unleashed as well before Rianne came in, unless they were both in the same roster. But I do remember both both Lexi and Mercedes were in that show. And to see how far both teams have come since then is just incredible. Absolutely incredible. As now Rianne dominating Laura Riot right now, just stomping on her fingers. And now Laura reaching for the tag, and here comes Maxine again. And I think Rianne will have a little bit of a better time with Maxine than Eliza did earlier. But she tags quickly into Mercedes. And Rianne, I don't think she realized that, because she was grabbing for Maxine still. As now Dragon Suplex, Snapdragon Suplex, 1, 2, no. Close, but not close enough. As now, look at this, got a heel hook locked in. Got a heel hook locked in, but Lexi quickly there to break it up. As now she's going after Leandra. I think Leandra was kind of running her mouth, and Mercedes made her pay for it. And now she's going after Eliza, and you notice Brianne is not doing a damn thing. Well, she can't. But Lexi wasn't doing a damn thing to stop her. And that's what I was talking about earlier. The fact that the Hated Gates, I don't think they really like the Punch Girls very much. I think they're only in this match just so they can get their hands on the Bombshell Club. It has nothing to do with the fact that they, have any respect for the Punch Girls, especially considering when they found out that it was the Punch Girls who helped them win the tag team titles. I'm pretty sure that the Hated Gates wanted to prove that they could beat the Bombshell Club by themselves and not have someone kind of hand them the titles, for lack of a better term. As now Brittany Evans back in with Leandra, who's seeing her first action in this match, and then gets a drop kick. As now, look at this sling blade by Leandra. The Punch Girls, let's be honest here, when they made their debut a few weeks ago, but when they were in the ring, they were pretty dominant, and they pretty much made a case that they could be the future of the tag team division, as Laura Riot got tagged in while the camera was in the crowd there for some reason. Camera work, state of the art here in DCA. State of the art, folks. As Rianne Starr back in, and Laura rolling out to the floor, rolling back in. Rianne trying to take advantage. There's a drop kick. Quick cover. 1. No. Just a 1 count. And you have to think whoever wins that. Wait a minute. Oh, face buster. Whoever wins this match could build momentum for their teams in terms of getting a potential opportunity at the tag titles after Redemption. Of course, like I said, we will see the tag team champions later tonight. As look at this suplex, butterfly suplex bridge, but Rianne breaking it up. And Lexi Gates now in trouble. Another snap suplex. Lexi Gates. Maxine Rose back in. Maxine with a big cutter out of nowhere. I think she's hearing voices in her head, but she wasn't hearing a 3 count. That's for damn sure. And she's about to make Rianne pay for it, sending her out to the floor. And now she's going after Eliza. Maxine is taking out all the business right now. Drops her on the apron. And now Lexi going after Brittany. It is all broken down now. Oh, wait a minute. Crossbody, but Mercedes got out of the way. And now Rianne's going to take, Maxine, is going to take full advantage of that. Look at the power with this power slam. I told you this thing might break down, and that's exactly what's happened. Eliza's down, Rianne's still down, all at the hands of Maxine Rose. And now Maxine just laying right hands on the Pryce Infinity Women's World Champion. She won that belt, by the way, back in October. So, like I said, the Hated Gates, they have credibility. They are successful in both the singles and tag ranks. Oh, big knee by Lexi, breaking out of that side slam attempt, and then another knee. Lexi faring better than Eliza did earlier with Maxine, and really anyone in this match has with Maxine, to be honest with you. Maxine's been dominating, but Lexi Gates finally coming in and showing Maxine that she can be just as dominant. She's not a women's world champion for nothing. And Lexi Gates might be one of the most dangerous women on the Wildcats roster all by herself. And that's saying a lot, considering the women we have here in the Wildcats division. Is now Brittany once again getting targeted by Lexi, and Maxine finally getting her wits about her, realizing what was happening. And Lexi now just coming in, more strikes than Maxine. Like I said, this woman, Lexi Gates, could challenge for any belt if she wanted to, all by herself. Both women can, Lexi and Rianne. But like I was saying earlier, speaking of the tag team titles, Amy Lynn and Betsy Chairshot, the current tag champions, part of the Succubus Club, along with their partner tonight, Fever champion Selena Zeda, will team up to take on Chloe Pryce, Max Caulfield, and Christie Monteiro in our main event. Into the cover here, but Mercedes breaking it up. And Leandra looking to... Oh, but look at that. Look at that. Maxine taking advantage of some miscommunication there. Lexi wanted to get Mercedes all by herself. Didn't want Leandra to get it. And now another Gorilla Press slam. Also tonight, the bad blood between Reiko Hinomoto and Bad Amy is going to come to a head tonight, as those two will be in a match after Reiko challenged who we believe to be Bad Amy on the last episode of Wildcats after another sneak attack on this time on Marie Connor, which is why she's not here tonight. But this woman who has been targeting Reiko for weeks now, targeted Marie Connor, and then Reiko finally had enough and challenged Amy to a match tonight. Amy continues to say that the woman that's doing these attacks is not her, but some in the locker room, and I can tell you, some in the locker room firmly believe that it is Bad Amy. So that match is happening later tonight, as you see again the strength on display by Maxine Rose. One arm dropping her down. And now more strikes, just laying it in onto Rianne is now, look at this. Big power slam. Rianne trying to stand, but gets immediately caught with a lariat. And now Maxine trying to get some words with her girls, the Bombshell Club, on what to do next. It looks like she's going to let them have their fun. Laura Riot tag back in. Off the ropes here. And a big back body drop. Now, Laura was going for something, but Leandra gets tagged in now. And Maxine's got to get out of the ring, because she's not the legal woman. And Leandra now getting sent into the ropes. Oh, got an elbow. And now Leandra finally starting to fight back here. Irish whip. And a big kick to the leg. And a kick to the midsection right after that. Of course, Redemption coming up in just a week or so time. A week and a half's time. Sometime before Christmas, that's for sure. Because we want you guys to enjoy your Christmas holiday with your friends and with your family. And it'll be the last DCA show of the year, by the way. As Lexi with a guillotine onto Laura. And this could be it. Leandra providing interference. I don't know how much good it's doing. Is Brittany able to break that submission up? And now Lexi going to make Brittany pay for it. Trying to send her out of the ring. And look at this. Went for a moonsault, but Laura got out of the way. I don't know if that was instinct or if that was just poor timing on Lexi's part. Kick to the midsection. Uh-oh. And went for a Shining Wizard to the back of the head. But Laura able to duck right at the last split second. And what's Laura thinking here? Back inside the ring. Oh, but got a knee. She might have taken too much time, as now Lexi once again going after Brittany on the outside with a DDT to the apron. And now Laura still doesn't know where she is. Big heel kick. Oh, and outside the ring goes Laura, as now she's going to take the opportunity to take out Mercedes now and drops her with a DDT on the apron. I'm telling you, Lexi Gates is making a case that she should probably be in a singles title picture after Redemption, that's for sure. As now Laura, look at the strength here. Just lifting her up and holding her up with that vertical suplex. Into the cover. Rianne right there, though. That wasn't going to amount to much of anything. Lexi continuing to put the pressure on the Laura here. But Laura still fighting. Laura now, big boot. And now dragging her into the Bombshell Club corner. This is not good for Lexi. Lexi trying to fight back here. And she's going to have to. If she's going to want any chance of winning this for her team. But it's not looking good right now, because Laura is continuing to pour the pressure on. Continuing to hammer it in with another stalling vertical suplex onto Lexi. And now look at this. Butterfly her. And now tagging in Mercedes again. And Lexi is in trouble. And now with a Fujiwara armbar locked in. And again, Lexi just being isolated But look at that. Look at everyone just taking their shots on Lexi right now. Cover after the Queen suplex and Leandra breaking it up. And Leandra getting ragdolled by Mercedes. And now another armbar on the Lexi. They are not letting Lexi have any momentum right now. They are not letting her even close to her own corner right now. Now look at this. Indian Deathlock locked in. And Lexi better do something quick. Otherwise, this match is going to be over pretty soon. Cover. And Rianne this time breaking it up. And now she gets an armbar. This has been domination from the Bombshell Club here. As look at this. Double DDT on the Lexi. And this is Tag Team 101 right now. Just isolation here on the Lexi. And Mercedes and Rianne better get out of the ring. I don't know who the ref is going to be counting in this instance. Well, Laura's out. Now Rianne's got to get out. But Rianne's kind of occupied at the moment. But all that distraction allowed Lexi to finally get advantage. Oh my goodness. Tombstone Gutbuster. And Lexi finally with some offense. Finally with some momentum here. And now she's going to take it out on Laura Riot for being humiliated for the last 5 minutes. Rianne is still down in the corner. Lexi gets sent into the steps. This has been a intense physical matchup between these 8 women, as I kind of figured it was going to be. And you know, with Redemption coming up, all these women are looking to make a statement. And now Maxine getting back in the ring. And there's the double shoulder tackle. And now, look at this. Big elbow drop. That might be it right there. Rianne getting taken down. 2, 3. And the Punch Girls did nothing to help, too. Did you notice that? The Punch Girls did nothing. They didn't even attempt to get in the ring. Look at this. Some of the action used in this 8-woman tag match, but the bigger story here is the Punch Girls did absolutely nothing to help the Hated Gates in that match. Not one thing. That's a pretty interesting, and all the damage that Lexi took in that initial 5-minute, 6-minute period. There's a big elbow with the size of Maxine Rose all coming crashing down on her. And then Mercedes taking out Rianne. And notice the Punch Girls didn't even move, didn't even try to even attempt to help. But Maxine winning it for her team. Again, Maxine Rose, the star of the show here for the Bombshell Club. And that's got to feel good for her and for her team. Look at the camaraderie. That's so. Oh, wait a minute. As Wayne K. Hayes would say, they has fight. As Haley Jonas and Morgan Rancroft finally found each other after weeks of each other calling the other out. it looks like these two women aren't going to wait until there's a sanctioned match between them. They just want to get it on right now. Both of these women had cost the other either a chance at the Fever Championship or becoming the Fever Champion. And now it looks like they're just going to beat the hell out of each other until one woman isn't standing anymore. And you had to think at some point this was going to happen. At some point down the line, these two women were going to meet, and these two women were going to beat the absolute hell out of one another. And that's exactly what's going down right here and right now. And do you think anybody's going to try and get in the middle? I don't think so. You try and get in the middle of two of the most badass women on the face of the earth, and tell me how good that's going to turn out. Fighting on those production crates right now. As now, look at this. Just throwing her onto the concrete floor.
Selena Clown! Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a... We're gonna do it. Give us any chance, we'll take it. Resist any rule, we'll break it. We're gonna make our dreams come true. Do it our way. What would we do, baby, without us? What would we do, baby, without us?
And there ain't no nothing we can't love each other through. There's more to life than what you're living. So take a chance and face the wind. An open road and a road that's hit. A brand new life around the bend. There were times. As long as we got each other, we got the world spinning right in our hands, baby, you and me.
We gotta be.
It's everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away?
Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. Saturday, what a day. Grooving all week with you. These days are ours. Share them with me. These days are ours. Happy and free. These happy days are yours and mine. These happy days are yours and mine. Happy days.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back to Wildcats. It has been a crazy night already between that 8-woman tag and that brawl in the back that, for what I understand, is still going on between Haley Jonas and Morgan Raincroft. But we still have more action coming up for you here tonight, as we are getting set for a Rising Star Fatal 4-way matchup with 4 women who I'm sure will love to get in the conversation for the Rising Star Championship after Redemption. And here comes Julia Bolek-Reed with the gear that I did change in post. I'm just going to point that out. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. This is an old recording. Anyway, back to the actual thing. Julia Bolek-Reed has been in DCA for quite a while, and she is one of the fan favorites. And she's been in the Rising Star division since she debuted, so you have to think that at some point she's going to want to be in the conversation for the the Rising Star Championship. thinking of Haley and Morgan still. But there are a lot of other women who want that opportunity as well, including this woman who's had an interesting few weeks, Sophia Yale, who debuted this season here on Wildcats. And at the VW Horizon special the night before Redemption, which I will be talking about in just a moment now that I brought that up, she will be facing a woman who we still don't know who she is, but she challenged this. If you remember back at Proving Ground 9, there's a woman who walked around that entire night in a cloak, in a hood, with a mask on, meeting with several different Wildcats, and met with Sophia as well. And Sophia challenged that woman to a match on the Horizon special, and that match is going to happen. So I don't know what's going to go down there, but nonetheless, it's going to happen. And here comes another woman who's looking to bounce back. Alice Twilight, excuse me. It's been a long night already, and it's only, 40 minutes into the show? But anyway, Alice Twilight, one half of the No More Heroes, a woman who formerly two-time Wildcats Tag Team Champion with the Black Dandelion Shinobu Jacobs, who will be back on the next Wildcats, by the way. I can tell you that for a fact. And trust me, Shinobu is very much looking forward to coming back. But in terms of Alice, though, Alice has long wanted a singles championship, and she's never held one. And that's in comparison to Shinobu, who's a former Wildcats Tag Team Champion, but more importantly, former Queens of Wrestling Champion. Something that Alice has never gotten close to. And speaking of getting close, here's someone who's been getting closer and closer to title contention as well. Raven Sarian, who has been undefeated here in DCA since she made her debut. And if anybody has gotten the most momentum here in this company toward the Rising Star title, it has been this woman right here. Her stock has been rising for weeks now. And if she wins this match tonight, there's no doubt about it. She might be next in line for either Heather Ray or Nova Kane coming out of Redemption. But it's anyone's match to win here tonight, folks. And remember, we still got Reiko Hinomoto and Bad Amy later tonight. We still got the Arcadia Bay Asskickers and Christie Monteiro versus the Succubus Club later tonight. Here we go with this four-way matchup. First pin or submission will get the victory here. All four of these women, I'm sure, will be looking to get their name in the hat for a potential opportunity at the Rising Star title, which the Rising Star division this year has been on a resurgence ever since Nova Kane just came in and completely flipped everything upside down when she won the Rising Star title from Bella De Santos. And at Redemption, it will be Nova Kane defending the title against Heather Ray, as Julia had a pin on there, but the referee, too busy focusing on the submission. Reminds me of how Destiny Williams got her title opportunity. Destiny Williams and Ovanna will be meeting face-to-face later tonight. That is for the Wildcats title at Redemption. Destiny looking to become a two-time Wildcats champion. The last time that Destiny held the Wildcats title, it was Ovanna who beat her to become Wildcats champion herself for the first time back in Revelation 6. And now, all these years later, They will be meeting again with the belt on the line. It's the first time since the anniversary show that they have met for the Wildcats title, but it is the first time technically one-on-one since Redemption, because if you remember, Faith Connors was taken out about halfway through that triple threat match at Revelations on that year, Revelation 6. Now look at this. Raven with a steel chair. Not a steel chair, a kendo stick. Look at this. Head scissors by Julia. And a drop toe hold by Sophia. It's going to be a little hard to call this match at times, folks. You have to excuse me. Big DDT by Alice. Alice into her cover. Only one count. You gotta have eyes in the back of your head in a match like this. And now Julia had the kick with this kendo stick, but now she's getting wrapped up. They're able to break it up. Now look at this. Alice with a nice wrestling takedown, but Raven's right back up. And big DDT. Cover. One, no. Raven getting that kendo stick again. Alice saying bring it. Raven's too busy focusing. Oh, that might have been a trap. Raven, one of the most cunning women in the business today. Knowing and understanding exactly who she is and what she's willing to do. Look at this. Wait a minute. Tornado DDT on the outside. And now kicks in the midsection. And Raven blowing Julia a kiss. I don't know how she'll take that. And obviously not well, because she just gave her a head scissors on the floor. Again, all four of these women really want to move up and get an opportunity at the Rising Star Championship. As now look at this, Raven with an prettier on the floor. And you got to think Heather Ray and Nova Kane are watching this match very closely, because they could be facing one of these four women if they were happen to walk out with the Rising Star title at Redemption. And now getting the action somewhat back in the ring, as Julia with an armbar locked in onto Alice. Raven not realizing it, now she does, and quickly breaks that up, because that would have been a victory there for Julia, a big victory at that. As now Sophia's got a steel chair and cracks Alice right in the head with it. No disqualification in Fatal 4-Way. So anything goes right now. As now Sophia is going to give a head scissors, it seems, to Raven. But Julia from behind, reverse DDT. And now Julia with a guillotine choke. But Alice there to break it up. Julia has really been impressive in this matchup. Really wanting to prove a point and prove that she belongs. And I don't I don't fault her for that whatsoever. As now Raven from the outset there, hitting her with a stunner, and now taking Sophia out, driving her head into the mat. That could be it. Only a 1 count though. Now, Russian leg sweep. Now, up. Right in the face. Now more strikes by Alice. Alice now back to the heel hook. Back to the heel hook on Sophia. Sophia can tap here. No. Julia breaking that up. And now Julia, look at this. Around the world, head scissors. And now Raven getting blitzed by Julia right now. I'm telling you, Julia is just cleaning house right now. But Sophia finally able to stop her momentum with a drop kick. Julia going after Raven now. And now going after the other two women on the other side of the ring. Julia really wants to show that she can be a main event player here on Wildcats. And she is proving that here tonight, in my opinion. And now look at this again, another round the world head scissors onto Raven. Now sending Raven back inside the ring. I think she knows that Raven might be the biggest threat in this matchup, considering the momentum that she's had in the last couple of weeks. Code red on the floor. Raven with a springboard elbow, taking out Sophia. And that could be it. Julia doesn't realize it, and yes! Just like that, Raven Sarian catching Sophia off guard. Julia was too focused on the other opponent. There's an elbow, back elbow out of nowhere, knocking her out. Julia, by the time she realized it was too late, and Raven Sarian gets another win. I'm telling you, this woman at this point might as well be in contention for the Rising Star title for either Heather Ray or Nova Kane. They better watch out after Redemption. Wait a minute, what the hell? That's Reiko, and she's laid out backstage. She's supposed to be facing Bad Amy coming up.
Jones from Jones Good Ass Barbecue and Foot Massage, and I'm proud to announce my new Steph Curry Chicken Playoff Special. It's a whole chicken drenched in a spicy curry sauce. Then I throw it at you from 27 feet away. Splash! Now friends, you may ask yourself, how come we ain't got no LeBron meal? Well, what has LeBron ever done for Toby? At least Steph is out there representing my jingle. LeBron too busy pushing Kia. Hell, I ain't seen a brother get so much attention for a Korean car since Rodney King. And now you can enjoy a spicy curry chicken or family foot rub at home with my new Jones Spicy Curry Barbecue and Foot Rub Chicken Sauce, wherever fine sauces are sold.
Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am getting word from my I know we just heard from Vanessa Pryce there, but I'm getting word through my headset that Reiko Hinomoto is being sent to the hospital, the local hospital, for evaluations right now. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know who attacked Reiko back there. But if I had to put my money on it, from what I'm hearing in the back, a lot of people already are pointing the finger at Bad Amy. But this is, I don't understand what is going on here with this whole Amy situation. This is getting out of control, and I know it's not my business to handle it, because I'm gonna leave that to Lucinda. She'll handle it. She's a grown woman. She can take care of things, but it's getting kind of out of hand. But right now we're getting set for our main event, if you can believe it or not. A 6-woman tag match. I guess this is our main event now, because we were supposed to have Reiko and Amy right now, but we're getting right into our main event, I guess. Betsy Chairshot, one half of the Wildcats Tag Team Champions, and maybe one of the most popular members of the Succubus Club, considering the reaction she's getting, is going to be teaming with her partner, Amy Lynn, and the Fever champion, Selena Zeda, to take on Christie Monteiro and the Arcadia Bay Asskickers in a big 6-woman tag team match. Of course, the Arcadia Bay Asskickers have made it a point that they want to challenge for the Wildcats tag team titles. And of course, Selena Zeda is going to be facing Christie Monteiro at Redemption. And here comes 2/3 of the looking glass right now. Amy Lynn on the right, Selena Zeda on the left. These two women, along with Ovanna Morgan, Betsy Chairshot, and Trixie Decker, make up the Succubus Club, and they have run roughshod over the entire Wildcats division all this season so far. Of course, Selena Zeda won the Fever title from Sin back at Proving Ground 9. Amy Lynn and Betsy Chairshot won the tag team titles back at Chaotix. Trixie Decker has been Goddess champion since February. And of course, Ovanna won the belt, the Wildcats title, back at Proving Ground 9 as well. Trixie Decker, by the way, has not been pinned or made to submit in DCA for almost 2 years. And 6 months of that, and not even 6 months. I think about, let's see, it's been past 6 months that she's been Goddess champion now, I believe. But about a year of that reign, that whole time of not being pinned or made to submit, Trixie Decker has been a champion. So to say that that woman is not the most dominant woman on the roster right now would be an understatement. But here are two women that want to crumble the Looking Glass's reign in Max Caulfield and Chloe Pryce, former Wildcats Tag Team Champions, former ACL Lioness Tag Team Champions. Maxine, former Lioness Solar Star Champion. Chloe Pryce, former Lioness Champion. I talked about the Hated Gates being one of the most decorated teams in DCA. You can say that very same thing about these two as well. And you can also say decorated when it comes to their tag team partner tonight. A legend in her own right. A woman who's done it all in this business, and the face of the CAW Champions League, Christie Monteiro. To say that this woman has not racked up a Hall of Fame resume would be an understatement, because she very much has. And at Redemption, she has the opportunity to add more to her resume, more to that said Hall of Fame resume, when she challenges Selena Zeda for the Fever Championship. And can you imagine Christie Monteiro coming here to DCA and winning the Fever Championship? And as Hit Kid says, the party never stops with Christie. She is a bundle of energy, that's for sure. And she reminds me of how much I miss Eddie every single day, and how hard me and others are going to be working to make that last lap memorable for everybody. As here we go, our main event, the Arcadia Bay Asskickers, Chloe Pryce and Max Caulfield teaming up with Christie Monteiro to take on the Succubus Club in Selena Zeda and the tag team champions Betsy Chairshot and Amy Lynn, as there's a code read by Betsy looking to end this now on a 1 count. And coming up after this match, I'm guessing, at this point, considering Reiko and Amy's most likely off tonight, we are going to have Destiny Williams and Ovanna Morgan saying their final words to one another before their big Wildcats title match at Redemption. And it's going to be very interesting to hear from both of those women heading into that big title match. Perhaps one of the biggest title matches in Wildcats history between those two coming up. Chloe Pryce taking it to Betsy Chairshot right now. And you got to think, for the Arcadia Bay Asskickers, a win right now will get them even closer to a potential opportunity at the tag team titles. Of course, the tag titles will be defended after Redemption, but there is not a clear-cut #1 contender. But you got to think the Asskickers are in line, but you got so many other teams as well. You got the Hated Gates, you got the Punchgirls, you got the Bombshell Club, who just won their match earlier tonight. Let's now look at this. Betsy and Max, what is Betsy doing here? Betsy now, what is this? Just elbows on the Max. And she is in the wrong corner. What is Betsy doing here? Oh my goodness! Poison Rana from the top. And you see why people love Betsy Chairshot. And I'm not just talking about for good looks either. That's not to say that everybody in the looking glass doesn't look good, because duh, Trixie's with them. But there's just something about Betsy Chairshot that, even though some in DCA don't like the attitudes of Amy and Trixie and Selena, they still like Betsy. As now Max going after Amy Lynn, former Wildcats champion, by the way. Amy Lynn. Everyone in the Succubus Club has a decorated history. Amy Lynn, former Wildcats champion. Trixie Decker, former Wildcats. Current Triple Crown winner, to be honest, because she won the Wildcats title despite her putting it down. She's still a former Wildcats champion in the record books. Current Goddess champion, former tag team champion. So she's held 3 of the 5 belts, so she is a Triple Crown. Selena Zeda, former 2-time Fever champion. And if you technically want to count her run in the in the Rave City Sirens when she defended the titles before they lost them. So technically, she's a former tag team champion as well. And then you got Betsy Chairshot, current tag team champion 2 times, because remember, she won the titles with Trixie and held them for 6 months. So, again, you cannot deny that the Succubus Club are one of the most decorated stables in this entire company's history, male or female. That's something you can't take away from them. That's something you cannot deny, is how dominant they've been. And it's so hard to keep them down. It's so hard to knock them off their game, because, to be completely honest, there's not been many people who have. I mean, think about, big kick by Betsy. I mean, think about Trixie, for example. She, like I said, she destroyed Amber Stevens to the point where we have not seen or heard from her since, and we may never see or hear from Amber ever again after what Trixie did to her. Then she went on months later. She won the Wildcats title in that instance, by the way, and then threw the belt down for her own reasons that she has explained before. So I don't need to get into it here or try to put words in her mouth. Then she went on to win the tag team titles with Betsy Chairshot and held them for 6 months. Betsy was the one that got pinned when they lost the titles to Madison Starr and Jamie Fury. But even in that time, before she lost the tag team titles, she won the Goddess title from Akira in a violent street fight, which was a legitimate, literal street fight, where Akira got ran over by a train twice in the outcome, covered by Selena, only a 1 count. And Betsy was the one that got pinned in that match, not Trixie, when they lost the titles. And from the moment she won that Goddess title, she has been dominant, even more violent and dominant than she was before she won the Goddess title. This has been 2 years plus of Trixie just getting more and more violent, more and more dominant, more and more dangerous. And now that she's got the Succubus Club behind her, there may not be a woman alive today who can stop her. I don't think there is anyone who can take that Goddess title from Trixie Decker. I honestly believe that. If anybody's going to give it their best damn try, though, it's going to be Vanessa Pryce at Redemption, a woman who took Trixie's former lover, Akira, to the absolute limit. If we all remember Revelations 2, the final act, we all remember that last woman standing match that has been heralded at one point as the most violent match in the history of this company. And there have been a lot of violent matches in the history of this company, trust me. Vanessa Pryce has been to hell and back numerous times. But I don't think this is a hell that she's ever been to. I don't think this is a section of hell that she's been to. I think this is Trixie's own personal creation, her own personal hell that she has brought everyone down to, that has tried to challenge her for her title. And I mean, think about the list of victims that she has put on the shelf. She destroyed her first victim was Akira, whether she did it intentionally or not. I mean, to be honest with you, she had really nothing to do with it. She would have been on the shelf even if those trains didn't hit her, because God damn it, if you saw that match, it was violent. But her first real true victim at her own hands was Celeste Mira, and she has not been seen or heard from since. Osako hasn't been the same since Trixie took her down. both Abby Thorne and Michelle Rockford, after they went toe-to-toe with Trixie, they're not even in the company anymore. Bad Amy couldn't even walk out of that death match they had at Proving Ground. Kanako Decker was hospitalized after she got taken, in that four-way with Trixie. And now we have Vanessa. Nearly every person that Trixie has fought for that goddess title since she won it has had to go to the hospital either for an extended stay, a one-night stay, doesn't matter. They get sent to the hospital when Trixie's in the ring with them. And I suspect that Vanessa Pryce will not be any different by the time that match is over at Redemption, whether she wins the belt or not. And I'm just speaking facts, folks. That's the woman that Vanessa Pryce is going to have to try and beat if she's going to win that title. And like I said, I don't know if there is a woman alive that has the capability and has the killer instinct to take down Beatrix Decker right now. I honestly don't. Because did you see Wrestling Grand Prix? That's the woman she's got to deal with. And she's the woman who's leading the Succubus Club right now. Tag into Betsy as Christie's in deep, deep trouble. Big double shoulder tackle. Now Betsy with a head scissors onto Christie. This will be an interesting match right here. Christie Monteiro and Betsy Chairshot one-on-one. That would be very interesting to see how those two styles mesh with one another. There's Amy Lynn back in the ring. And you know that Selena's got to be loving this. She's got to be loving the fact that her challenger for Redemption is getting softened up here by her teammates. Covered by Amy Lynn here. One. Christie quickly kicks out. Because the more damage that Christie takes now, the less she's going to have going into Redemption and that Fever Championship match. And you know that someone like Selena Zeda is going to try her best and capitalize on any and all injuries. Because that's exactly who she is. But Christie's not going to back down. Covered by her on the Amy Lynn, only a 2 count. And Christie's got to be careful, like I said. She cannot afford an injury heading in to that match, and that's exactly why I'm sure she's tagged in to Chloe Pryce. Get the fresh woman in the ring and save your strength. Oh! Patella drop brainbuster. Amy Lynn in full control right now and dragging Chloe to her corner where she's tagging in Betsy Chairshot again. And this is where the Succubus Club love to work. Isolation and double teams. And there's the scissors kick by Betsy, but Christie quickly breaks it up. And I mean, she quickly ran in there. She knew. They broke that up rather quickly. And kind of a unique Pele there by Chloe trying to take Betsy down when she was distracted. Trying to take out Christie. Covered by Chloe. 1, 2, no. That was close right there. But oh, wait a minute, headlock, driver. The cover, but Amy Lynn quickly breaking it up again. As now Chloe taking out Betsy on the outside. And now this is where the no countouts and tag team matches comes into play right here. As Betsy and Chloe trying to get back in the ring. They don't want this thing to devolve into chaos. As Amy Lynn got tagged in, and now she's going to try and get some more advantage for her team. Oh, there's Selena. Shot to the back, giving Amy Lynn enough time with that suplex. Selena and Amy Lynn working like a well-oiled machine. The Succubus Club working like a well-oiled machine right now. And that's exactly what Trixie and Ovanna want them to be, especially Trixie. Now Betsy tagged back in. Chloe's in deep, deep trouble, and this is not what she needs right now. She needs to get a tag, and she needs to get it now, but with the Succubus Club just holding the ring and cutting it in half right now, it's not looking good. And now hammerlock reverse DDT. As now Amy sending Chloe out to the floor. And now just going after Christie and going after Max. And drops her right on the apron. And that's not going to make Chloe happy, as you see right there. But again, Amy Lynn just continuing to pour the pressure on. And Chloe has not been the same. Cover. And Chloe just had to get the rope. She didn't have any strength to kick out on her own. And now Selena tagged back in, and Chloe finally... Can she finally get enough space to get a tag? It looks like she's trying to, and she does. And here we go. Christie and Selena getting an early look at redemption right now, folks. And now look at this hammerlock DDT. And Selena's in deep, deep trouble now. Cover. Only one count. And now more shots, more strikes by Christie. Christie wanting to send a message to Selena saying that I'm going to take your championship at redemption. And now Max tagged in. Max now, head scissors, taking out Selena. Uh-oh. Look at this. Max, double underhook pile driver. And she could pin the Fever champion right now, but Betsy is not going to let that happen. And now sending her all the way to the floor. And Max has got to focus on Selena right now. She cannot focus on the illegal woman. And now, belly to belly on the floor. Selena's in trouble. And this could be a big win for Max if she could get her in the ring and actually pin the Fever champion. That would be a huge statement in terms of Max Caulfield. And now she's going after Amy Lynn. Just taking her out. And Max in firm control right now. Waiting for Selena, calling her up to her feet. And now just taking her out. Armbar locked in there. Selena writhing in pain. Now, look at this. Half and half. And now back in her own corner, tagged into Betsy. And this is not good. Rocket launcher. Oh! And Chloe and Christie, all they can do is watch as Betsy just continues to take it to Max right now. Oh, but Max, shoulder tackle. Betsy, no. Oh, my goodness. Big kick to the head. Uh-oh. Now Betsy going for this clash. She got all of it. And she's in her own corner. And Christie breaking it up. But Amy Lynn coming in to intercept, and Betsy intercepting too. Betsy with a chicken wing. Gut buster. And Betsy right back after Max now. Head scissor. And Betsy still has Max. Oh, here we go. Crossface. She's got the crossface locked in. Max looks out of it. But Max fighting her way out of it. Neck breaker by Amy Lynn onto Christie. All hell's breaking loose now. As Max is trying to fight back, but oh no. Oh no, she got caught. She got caught with the Anaconda Vice out of nowhere. Anaconda Vice. Chloe trying to break it up, but she got stopped by the Looking Glass, and it's over. Betsy Chairshot leading her team to victory here tonight. Chloe tried to break it up, but Amy and Selena stopped her, and Max just passed out from the pain, and the referee had to call it. And now, this has got to be disheartening for the Arcadia Bay Asskickers, because you thought you would think that they would have been next in line for the titles. And look at this. There's the Anaconda Vice. Max was out of it, and she did not. The referee had to call it. Betsy Chairshot, Amy Lynn, and Selena Zeda, the Looking Glass, the Succubus Club to be more specific, getting more momentum heading into redemption and further. What a match between these 6 women.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the biggest mega event in Call Wrestling. This is Call All-Stars 16.
She's a maniac, maniac, 'cause she knows. And she dances like she's never danced before. She's a maniac, maniac, 'cause she knows. And she dances like she's never danced before.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and this fight is still going on between Morgan Raincroft and Haley Jonas. They've been fighting all night long here tonight. And I don't know when we can get these two in an official matchup, but even then, there obviously needs to be no rules attached to it, because I don't think they're going to be dealing with any rules. They want to deal with any rules, I should say. This is interesting. But again, you had to expect this. Haley Jonas cost Morgan Raincroft the Fever Championship. Morgan Raincroft cost Haley Jonas an opportunity to challenge for the Fever Championship at Redemption. Both of these women have legitimate gripes with one another, and now they just want to beat the hell out of each other. I don't think they care where or when. It's just a matter of getting them in the same ring at the same time and finishing this. But even then, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take to get these two in the match together. But nonetheless, look at this. Airplane spin by Morgan. And they are back in that area backstage and sending her into that railing. Again, I doubted that anybody was going to try and come out and stop these two, but you can see the welts on the back of Morgan. That's from, oh my goodness. She threw her into the railing so hard it knocked it off the hinges, folks. And now, oh, look at this. Oh no. Oh, in that other section. Jesus! Onto that railing, onto that steel. And Haley Jonas, it looks like, has gotten the better of Morgan Raincroft yet again. And we have got to get something. We may have to call the National Guard to get back there and stop those two from fighting each other at this point. Because I don't think any regular scrub security guards are going to get in the way of those two trying to kill one another. But speaking of violence, coming up in just a week's time or so will be DCA Redemption, and we will reveal the official release dates on social media, so keep an eye out on the Twitter, it is called Twitter, and other social media for that. You're listening to Going to Hell by the Pretty Reckless. It is available wherever music is sold and streamed. It is the official theme of Redemption every year. Charles Schultz will challenge Jeremy Paisley for the DCA Celestial Championship. Can Charles become a two-time champion, or will Killa once again walk out as the Celestial Champion? Tommy Vercetti has one last shot at the Burnout title against Lupin III. If he loses, though, he cannot challenge for the title for the rest of this season, no matter who the champion is. Tomas Ramirez finally gets his hands on Jaden Starr, and it's going to be in a 15-foot high steel cage coming up at Redemption. This one has a lot of history behind it and a lot of intrigue. Reiko Hinomoto, Sakura, Hagiwara. What, if any, does Bad Amy have to do with this? We might find out at Redemption between these two, the third match in their series. Two of the biggest rising stars in virtual wrestling collide as Nova Kane gets challenged by Heather Ray for the Rising Star Championship. Who will walk out with the belt? Jamal Bedlam put out the challenge to Kiyoshi Saiba, and Saiba accepted. We are going to get a pure title match between these two big stars coming up at Redemption. Who walks out as pure champion? We just saw a preview of this earlier. Selena Zeda defends the Fever Championship against the face of the CAW Champions League, Christie Monteiro, who's looking to add another belt to her already impressive Hall of Fame resume. Wicked Eric wants to make a name in DCA at the expense of Malik Brown. Malik says no one makes a name at my expense. Who's going to get the better here between these two for the first time ever? We find out at Redemption. And we talked about this during the main event. Beatrix Decker defends the Goddess title against Vanessa Pryce. I guarantee that one of these women, if not both, aren't walking out the same way they walked in with the Goddess title on the line. But who will leave as the champion? Speaking of not being able to walk out at all, these two women may not be able to walk out at all at the end of this one. For the first time ever, Eve Heron makes her DCA in-ring debut, and it's in a match against the Psycho Angel, Aubrey Williams, who is the true queen of the Psycho Circus. We're going to find out, and it's probably going to be very bloody and very violent. We're going to see these two in just a few moments. Ovanna Morgan defends the Wildcats title against the woman she beat to win the title the first time back at Revelation 6 in Destiny Williams. But Destiny is looking to become a two-time champion and prove that she is the standard bearer of the division once and for all. Whose era will it be? The Dream Killers or the Mad Queens? We're going to find out at Redemption. And then the main event. Zach Stone puts his world title on the line against the man who he is known since childhood in Tyler Parks, who's looking to win his first ever world title. Will Tyler become the face of Takedown, or will Zach Stone once again put another challenger down? It's the main event of Redemption on a big two-night extravaganza coming up for you guys. And in less than a week, we will have the official release dates coming to you very soon. So please be patient with us. It will be out before Christmas. So get ready for that. I'd say in the next week or two, you will be seeing Redemption live. But also before that, there's a VW Horizon special the night before then, where we're going to see that Sophia Yale match that I told you about earlier tonight, as well as a huge main event as Akaichi Ojino, Yukimori, and the returning Miyako Yukimura. That's right. Miyako will return to the ring for the first time in years to take on the Lotus Collective, and that is the night before Redemption. So 3 big nights of DCA action for you coming up. And like I said, the release dates for all those events will be coming to social media. So if you haven't already, please follow us on all of our social platforms And we will have more social platforms coming soon. We thought about having an Instagram and Discord server and all that. We're working on it. And speaking of working on things, Destiny Williams is working on one thing and one thing only, and that is getting back the Wildcats Championship. She held down the division for 1 calendar year when she won the title back in season 6. Lost it at Revelation 6 to Ovanna, of all people, when Ovanna first won the belt. And now, all these years later, Destiny will once again collide with Ovanna. Their second meeting this year. But this time, is for the Wildcats title one-on-one. Their previous 2 meetings for the Wildcats Championship were in multi-person matches. This time, there are no other people involved. It's just those 2, and here we go. You hear the music of the current DCA Wildcats champion and in her mind, the co-leader of the Succubus Club, the Mad Queen, Ovanna Morgan. Wait a minute. Can we get a camera down there? Can we get a camera down in the ring, please? Oh my, there she is! And you had to expect this. Ovanna Morgan trying to make a statement here at the expense of Destiny Williams. She'd said on social media that she was going to cripple Destiny once and for all. There you see right there, a kick to that knee, and then a knee to the head. She wants to send a statement before redemption, and there now look at this, kicking at that bad leg. Oh, and Destiny trying to fight back now. Destiny will admit she's not a saint by any means. She still has a lot of enemies in that locker room from all the things she's done in the past, but at the same time, people know exactly who she is, and that's what endears her to these people. But after that last shot, I don't know how much she's got left. Once again, Ovanna targeting that leg. And you know that's a big bullseye for anyone, including Ovanna. She's not above, at least not anymore. She's not above exploiting an injury to get ahead. This is a different Ovanna than the woman that Destiny fought at Revelation 6, and Destiny has to realize that if she's going to get in the ring with her at Redemption. Off the ropes, Destiny. Oh, went for that shot again. And now look at this, Ovanna just taking it to Destiny right now. And again, you had to know that this was going to happen. You had to know at some point it was going to come to blows, especially after Destiny, everything Destiny has said about Ovanna, about her title reign, about the company she keeps. Ovanna, I'm sure, takes that as personal insults, and she was not going to stand by and let Destiny get away with it. And now, oh, look at this. Ovanna getting a steel chair. But wait a minute, Destiny, look at this. Destiny over the top. You can see Destiny hobbling a little bit on that leg. You know she doesn't know how much time she may have left in the ring, so she's going to make the most of it. And again, Destiny taken down by Ovanna. Now Ovanna off the ropes with a kick with those heels. And now look at this. Oh my goodness. Look at Destiny crawling. You got to think this is not looking good for her chances, for Destiny chances. Oh my God. breaking that kendo stick over the body of Destiny. Destiny can barely stand up right now. She doesn't even know where she is. And now, breaking point, brainbuster on the chair. And Ovanna gloating about it, obviously. And now she's looking to finish things now. Destiny doesn't know where she is. Going for that vorpal breaker, but no! Destiny with a belly-to-belly! On the chair! And now, Destiny, Dream Killer on the chair! Destiny Williams making it perfectly clear that even if she's on one leg, even if she can barely stand up, if she can breathe, if she has breath in her lungs and her heart's still beating, she will do anything it takes to walk out as the DCA Wildcats champion. No matter what it takes, she wants this right here to be the outcome at the end of the night. She said it herself. At the end of the night, Ovanna will hear these words, and new Wildcats champion, the Dream Killer, Destiny Williams. And if that happens at Redemption, Destiny's wish to crumble the looking glass and Ovanna's queendom will come true. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. We will see you at DCA Redemption. Good night, everybody.
Welcome to my